Okay, so let's talk Boba Fett. The backflash scenes in the series I genuinely loved. I loved how it explained how he got out of the pit and how he escaped. Also, I think he was there for a period of years, because I remember in the series where he talks about the years that he was trapped there. Also, he's aged since then, supposedly. The husks that took him in. I love the idea that once he'd come out of the husks, he was kind of a slave, and then they taught him his ways, and he changed as a person through the husks' teachings. Cod Bane, badass. Again, no, I didn't. I watched like 7 episodes of the Clone Wars animated series, so I don't really know who he is. I know he's a bounty hunter. I'd read into him. So he's meant to be a really big character. He was really badass in terms of the series. I just love the fact that he turned up out of nowhere, delivered this killer speech of a monologue that was kind of like a passive conversation, like Changretta in Peaky Blinders, for example. Again, comes out of nowhere with this intimidating speech of like this threat, and then leaves. So 1 minute it's like Venom Let There Be Carnage. With Carnage, they kill him off in the first movie. It's like, that was a bit soon, no? With Cod Bane, again, the Mexican standoff, I love it. But they killed him off way too soon. They killed him off in the next episode. Way too soon to be killing a character like that. He is like an amazing, brutal character. So I don't know why they've killed him off so soon. He shouldn't be dead, at least. I hope he's alive in the next series. I'm pretty sure he's dead. But I just think it's way too soon to be killing him. Way too soon. The Black Wookiee, badass. I'm so happy that he turned onto Boba Fett's team, because he's just so awesome and it's just such a beast. I love the fact that when he goes into the restaurant, the woman says, "Oh, you don't have to pay us damage if you just don't kill him." And then the Wookiee just hands her the gold and just rips his arms off. Well, that was really good. 2 suns and pale skin. What is going on there? I'm pretty sure you should have a suntan. Also, why do you look like an 80s rock star? I have no idea why. The bikes didn't fit in with the Star Wars theme. It was very 60s, 50s American. No idea why. Mandalorian spoilers. Because the Mandalorian is in it, we also saw Luke, we saw Grogu, we saw Ashoka. It was a huge Mandalorian Season 3 spoiler, because now we know where they're going. They're going to Mandalore, which we kind of knew at the end of Season 2 of Mandalorian anyway. It's just... It kind of spoiled... We know what's happening now in terms of Season 3 Mandalorian, because Boba Fett literally became Mandalorian. I would have preferred it if Boba Fett, the series, stayed as Boba Fett rather than turning into the Mandalorian. I would have he deserved to just have this series to himself. He shouldn't have had anyone else in it. But Luke Skywalker, Ashoka, Mandalorian, Grogu, they shouldn't have been in the first season. It's his series. He needs to have this on his own. It's good that they put the backflashes in there to show his history. I wish they'd have showed... I wish they showed backflashes of his childhood with his father, in terms of what happened after his father was killed, and in terms of his training and what he did. Obviously, you've got the animated series, but I wanted to see it live action. I wanted to see live action flashbacks. Mandalorian took over the series. Yep, we covered that. The Naboo starfighter in silver, fucking badass. I loved how they took the old Naboo ship, turned it into a proper spaceship that's able to go into infinite space without a ring, a sonic space, whatever you call it. I know what they mean. Machete delivering the Rancor, a brilliant cameo, just amazing. The Rancor versus the droid, I thought that was pretty beast, to be honest. For some reason, during this scene, I actually forgot about the Rancor. And then when he shows up, it just fucking kicks ass. droid shields as a reference to Phantom Menace. Again, amazing. Loved it. At the end, the Boba Fett's worshipped as like a king by the people. Is worshipped as a king-like figure of Mos Eisley. And now, you know, that's pretty cool. I also think, where is it? There it is. Fennec. I think she's the traitor. It was mentioned by one of the enemies, the guy with the googly eyes. It was mentioned by one of the enemies that Boba Fett had a traitor inside the mix within his group circle at the start of the series. And at that point, it was just Boba Fett, Fennec, and the droid that announces people when they come into the palace. So, which means Fennec is a traitor. Also, in the last episode, Fennec went round and stabbing and killing all of the enemies in the tent. How did she know where they were specifically? Because nobody knew where they were. That, in my opinion, was her covering her tracks. I think she was working with them, and if Boba Fett figured out, he'd kill her. So she assassinated them in private and got rid of them. I hope I'm wrong about that, but I genuinely think she is the traitor. I don't know why. But it's just because it was mentioned at the start of the series, and she was the only one that was with Boba Fett at the time. Jedi and Mandalorian. I can understand why Luke Skywalker made Grogu choose between personal attachment or the Jedi way, because it's not the Jedi way. But it was nice that Grogu chose the armor and to go back to the Mandalorian, and he just turns up in a spaceship and TIE fighter. It's pretty cool. I loved it when the Mandalorian was challenged by his mate, and then the fight in the spaceship. I thought that was pretty cool. I loved that. Yeah, I loved it. I just think it was too soon for Cad Bane to be killed off. Way too soon. That was a big fucking mistake. Don't know why they did that, but they've killed him off, and it was just such a badass character. I don't know why they've killed him off, but they have. You shouldn't have done, in my opinion. I was expecting Darth Maul to turn up, or Husk, Husk, whatever you call him. I was expecting him to turn up and be the major villain who's in charge. But yeah, amazing. Loved it. I loved it. I wouldn't have killed off Cad Bane, and I'm not getting over it for some reason, but I would not have killed him off. Cannot wait for season 2.